Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Meet me this week with a book called You Need a Budget by Jesse Mecham, with the following subtitle, Techniques to Get Out of Debt and Stop Spending Your Paychecks. Jesse Mecham is an accountant and the founder of You Need a Budget, a project that helps people learn to track their income and expenses again so they can get out of debt and stop spending their paychecks, so they can live the life they want. Through his project, he has helped many people learn to save more, get out of debt, break the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, and regain financial stability through 4 simple rules that I will share with you soon, and that can help you all completely revolutionize the way you think about managing your money. I hope that the advice in this short commentary will be a source of enlightenment for all of you who are wise in managing your family finances, to think, plan your expenses properly according to your needs again, and be able to save more money. I want to divide this book into 7 chapters for easy remembering and effective implementation. Please listen carefully and understand the following. Chapter 1. Planning in advance is very important, especially when you prepare a budget properly to track your income as well as what you will spend. You can achieve financial freedom just by having a clear intention to manage your money. It does not need to be a state of having endless money to be called financial freedom. This means that you must focus and pay attention to the things that you cannot do without in your life, whether it be health insurance costs or other necessary expenses that you have. Also, you need to know how to manage and set your priorities. Then you need to determine how to spend your money correctly, clearly, and necessarily, making sure that you do not have problems with your finances. This is the point where you can stop living a life of excess, unnecessary spending, and instead make the decision to create the life you want with the right spending by re-examining and studying your cash flow and deciding what you want your money to do for you. Remember, if you spend your income as you please, without considering whether it is a real need or just an emotional expense, your salary from month to month will never be enough, and you will never be able to free yourself from debt. Proper planning allows you to plan your expenses before they happen, and not only that, it can also help you enjoy a life without financial stress. Chapter 2. If you are clear and intentional about how you will spend your money, you will be able to change your situation. When you prioritize your financial goals by covering all your necessary expenses properly, you will not have to worry about paying off your debts, even if you sometimes have cash flow problems. As long as you take care of spending on the most important and necessary things, you will be free to spend your money on other things. Getting out of debt is in your hands and your decision. Remember, plan ahead by prioritizing important expenses, such as saving for a vacation, buying a gym membership, paying for school, etc. If you divide your income or salary in this way, you will have a budget that can meet all your needs and expenses in your daily life. Chapter 3. Keep a strong financial position and know how to balance expected and unexpected expenses in advance. This means that you need to separate all your expenses and allocate necessary expenses to each section per month for a whole year. Your real expenses will come in 2 main cases. Expected expenses. These are expenses that you expect to spend every month and know exactly how much they will cost. This can be car insurance, health insurance, rent, etc. When you start budgeting for these expenses, when your bills come, you will not have to worry about getting into more and more debt. Unexpected expenses. These are expenses that cannot be avoided and will give you surprises and stress in your emotions when you think that they will not happen to you or that you are not ready to face such an event. If you do not want to be a victim of these unnecessary expenses, you must plan ahead for such expenses. It could be a wedding invitation, a party invitation, an event invitation that requires you to have an envelope to attend, or a car or motorcycle repair that could break down at any time without you expecting it, etc. The main point here is to set aside some money for emergency purposes, separating it from the expenses that occur regularly and that you can predict in advance. Things to remember. When you determine your actual expenses, it gives you a reliable and simple strategy to achieve your financial goals. Chapter 4. When you set your life goals correctly, you give yourself room for adjustment when the need arises. Make your financial plan flexible and realistic so that you can make adjustments as needed. It is essential to be honest with yourself when it comes to creating a financial plan. Focus on the top priorities that will require the most money and attention. Doing so gives you the freedom to reorganize your budget priorities and the money that will be spent on them before the actual expenses occur. Remember, don't feel like you are lying to yourself when you change your budget plan to accommodate other expenses, which most people think is cheating and disloyal to your goal plan. It is not. It is a real budgeting exercise in real life, and it can vary a little or a lot depending on your circumstances. When planning your monthly budget, make room for unexpected expenses that may come up that you didn't anticipate. Remember, be flexible and adaptable to all your spending because your life will depend on and change dramatically depending on the type and priorities of your budget. When you feel like giving up, take a break and adjust your goals. At some point, especially when things are going badly, you may feel like giving up and not wanting to make a budget. It's okay to feel that way, but give yourself some breathing space and don't be too hard on yourself. Remember, you have to make sure that you don't set unrealistic spending goals for your plan, and don't be too hard on yourself. Let the little things happen as they come. Take one step at a time, slowly and surely, and you will get where you want to be and achieve the financial freedom you dream of. Chapter 5. Keep your money well by avoiding debt before you get paid. This rule is about having a cash reserve that can cover all your expenses for a long time without stress. By continuing to work hard to earn money or work to increase your income more than your expenses, and trying to postpone spending as long as possible. Absolutely prohibit spending recklessly before you have not been paid or received your monthly income. Because if you borrow money from others to spend recklessly, relying on your salary that will come at some point, it means that your financial situation is negative because you have already spent your salary before it even arrives. Having money in hand for spending determines the effect of living in an orderly manner and spending according to the expense account. Unlike spending without a plan, without a proper expense account, the old month's salary is gone. The new month's salary must be paid to others. Month after month, in debt, in a hurry, looking for a day of liberation, not seeing the light of life. Chapter 6. Budgeting as a Couple. It may seem a little crazy, but it's the best thing to do if you both want to achieve financial freedom. If you like, you can keep the following points in mind. Understand each other's financial situation. Who spends more than whom? Who is more careful about the prices of the items they sell? Who among you doesn't like to keep track of your monthly income and expenses? Who among you is the best at saving money? By understanding this, you can both come to an agreement that will help you plan your monthly income and expenses without getting into debt. Make sure you set a clear budget date and stick to it, prioritizing your family's needs first and foremost before other expenses. If you both agree on everything, you can combine your salaries and open a joint bank account, which will help you both save more and make you both more focused on making smart decisions. Remember, find out your true expenses, as this can help you plan better than just thinking about new debts that arise. Most people find themselves in a huge pile of debt, and it can take years to get rid of them. What are the things that you really need, that you need to buy, or that you need to work on to achieve your goals instead of taking out a loan to buy them? Otherwise, you risk getting into debt when you face problems that you can't foresee. Working hard is what you need to do to achieve your financial success with a big picture in mind. Through this, you will learn how to increase your income by cutting some expenses and having a strategy for saving and spending. Set your income goals the same way you set goals for all your expenses. Chapter 7. It is essential to prepare your children with the knowledge of budgeting so that they will be familiar with it and save money as they grow up. The younger the better for your children, the better they will be able to manage their money and spend it wisely. At some point, When you distribute allowances to your children who are not yet employed, and even those who are employed, you should take the opportunity to teach them how to budget properly. Remember, children will learn how to budget financially as long as you start with them from a young age, teaching them slowly and setting a good example for them. Sit down with them to plan a budget regarding who will pay for certain expenses in the house until you both reach a proper agreement. Make sure you help them implement the 4 rules for effective budgeting and provide them with a low-paying job with supportive care and guidance on necessary and real expenses, and help their savings grow and last. Conclusion: the path to financial freedom requires patience, commitment, focus, and a clear plan. Knowing these 4 paths will put you on the path to financial freedom. Even if it doesn't make you a millionaire, you can still live a comfortable life and enjoy spending time with your family and being happy with what you have. Being in debt can be stressful and difficult to pay off, which is why it's important to make sure you know this method and start implementing it if you haven't done so already, so you can be financially free and reduce stress and family problems. You can try making a plan according to the author's suggestions above and make sure you follow it strictly and consistently for at least 6 months. Don't make excuses or lie to yourself. Congratulations, you've finished another book. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to see you in another book. For now, thank you and goodbye.